I do differentiate it between religion and belief. So like,
Yeah.
I believe that witchcraft is a type of what I call spicy psychology. So you tell yourself that a pretty rock is gonna make you really happy, and then you carry that rock around you and you kind of like subconsciously look for things that make you happier, or you then attribute happy things to the happiness rock.
Makes you happy.
Yeah, like I do believe in kind of like a otherworldly energy on top of that like we don't necessarily understand yet, like scientifically, but I still believe that it's something that is like to be explained, if that makes sense. I found really useful during the lockdowns especially was when I followed the moon phases. So moon phases are basically like, you know, you've got your full moon, your new moon, your half moons, you've got loads of phases in between and they all mean different things. And I journaled at every stage of the moon in correspondence to what they meant. So new moon, for example, is about like new beginnings, new starts. You write about what you want for that lunar phase, like what seeds you want to plant, like how you're feeling at the beginning of the month. And then, you know, you journal again at, say, for example, the half moon is what we call, I forgot the name of it now, first quarter. There we go.
We got it.
That's the hardest thing about, you know what, like being neurodivergent and witchcraft is there's so much to learn, is that my information retention is shit. It's great because I feel like I'm learning stuff all the time, but I can never remember it when I need to.
See, that's why you get to make a big grimoire and like get into it.
I mean, like a beautiful grimoire. Mine's digital this year, which again,
Smart.
accessible witchcraft. It's on my phone, it's on my laptop, it's wherever I need it. So don't be afraid to have a digital grimoire or a book of shadows, that's what I'm saying. When it gets to like the first quarter, that's about like, okay, looking back on that new moon aspect and thinking, well, you know, in the past couple of weeks, how have I got here? How have I progressed? Like, how am I feeling? Checking in with yourself. How have I like made progress on the new moon things that I said that I was going to do, basically. And then at the end of the full moon is like when you know you've come into your full power, or you release and all that kind of stuff. And that in itself is like a journaling exercise, or even like a meditative exercise, or automatic writing, or whatever, that can be so cathartic, I think, as like a neurodivergent person, because we spend so much time in our heads, and then the moon phases help give that structure to, you know, new moon I'm going to talk about this, first quarter I'm going to talk about this, full moon I'm going to think about this, and you do that over and over, and that helps you to slowly kind of keep a track and again like an accountability on your own emotions and your own lives.